It'll be interesting. I've never recorded Call of Duty before, so we're gonna see if I lag a lot. What's going on, guys? It's GameStop Party, and welcome to Call of Duty Black Ops 6. So my goal for this game is to basically get all of the Dark Matter camos. Yeah, the Dark Matter camo. Oh my god, that looks terrible with the Bugmaster and then the Nebula camo from Zombies. It's gonna be a bitch. Kind of went for like Damascus and the Cold War Dark Matter camo, but I wasn't too good at it. I also kind of gave up. To help my brain a little bit, this isn't about Black Ops. I guess I'll try to rewind. I'm not a fan of this map, but fuck it might be just on hardcore. I'm gonna talk to you guys about my experience with Microcenter. I'm down to 70. Holy shit, I might need to turn down my graphics. I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it. Damn, I didn't know it was that low. Alright, fuck it, whatever. I pretty much went through and got a brand new computer. I love it. It looks real nice. The process of trying to get it was just complete ass. I love it. Runs nice. Honestly, don't really see too much of a difference. I haven't tried any like insane games compared from my last one to my new one. I suck at this game. Holy shit. I went to Microcenter, which I didn't have to, but I was curious on what it looked like. I knew it was like computer heaven, which it was in a way. It's laying down, bro. I'm sick of this game. Got the new parts for the computer. I ended up getting this capture card, the Elgato 4K Pro. I can record games from my PlayStation and other shit better. I live an hour from Micro Center, and I had to go back there 4 times. Fucking 8 hours of driving. It was just pain. I took the boys with me. I didn't think about the space, so I have a truck now. So I pretty much had to put everything in the back seat, which the boys were in. I got a case. I got a bigger case. I had my motherboard. Obviously the RAM and the CPU, all the smaller boxes weren't really a problem. I kind of just put that in between the seats, but everything else kind of sucked. It didn't seem terrible. Like obviously everything fit. One of my boys took his fiance too, so that's why it was a full car. If he didn't take his fiance, it wouldn't have been a full truck. Which I'm not saying, oh, don't take your fiance. No, she's chill. So she's one of the boys now. But I think I ended up putting my case in her foot area. So, but she was like, oh, you can put it there, and then she was just crisscross on the seat. I felt bad, I did, but you know, it all worked out. Nobody was really complaining or anything. Actually, that's a lie. They were bitching. That flash is brutal. We also did some more shit down there, so we had to get out of the truck a few times. Ended up going out to eat after that. They had to find out how to get in and out of the truck without messing everything up. One of my other friends ended up getting a monitor. That was simple. He just put that on his lap.
Play zombies.
Would I like to play zombies?
Yes.
Probably not right now.
Something.
Recording.
How are you doing?
Stupid.
You vetted.
I guess. I went to Microcenter the first time and got all the parts for it. I was getting more than I wanted to. Honestly, I said fuck it and just built a new computer. I mainly wanted to build a new computer because the Elgato wouldn't fit. Look at this. This is why I want the graphics up. I'm gonna have to look into it. Holy shit. The case was too small. I think it was mainly like the motherboard. Recently, a buddy of mine at work sold me a 4090, so I had that in the computer, but I couldn't fit the other graphics card in the other PCIe slot. So it was either get a new case or get a new motherboard. Most likely I had to do both. I think the motherboard would have just been the better option, which I did. I got a new case and a new motherboard. I didn't think how much shit went into building computers. Like certain motherboards can only have certain processors, which I understand, but I thought it was just brand wise, AMD versus Intel. But obviously it also depends on the generation, which makes sense. Pretty much got a new chip. I got one of the new Ryzen 3D models. Should be like second or third best. I believe it's third best. Eventually, after I got home, everybody else left and shit, so I started building the computer. I built the computer. It took a lot longer because honestly, I didn't know like what the names were for certain pieces and shit. So I was sitting here trying to figure out. Knew you were up there. What a bitch. Because I guess all the gaming companies can't agree on a fucking name for a certain thing. So I ended up building the computer and I saw a cord that wasn't plugged in, but I read the manual and it said something about Intel. And I was like, oh, I don't have Intel. I have AMD, so I shouldn't need this. I needed it. Moment of truth, turned it on, it wouldn't turn on. I'm like, oh no, did I just build the thing wrong or something? I was getting worried. It was just because I didn't plug that thing in. So I plugged it in, it turned on. Eventually though, it said that the RAM wasn't working. I don't know if it's actually the RAM or what. So I plugged in the RAM. I tried all the different slots. with 1 RAM, 2 RAMs, it didn't work. So I was like, okay, I don't have any more DDR5 RAM chips just sitting around, but I know my brother does, so I'm gonna wait until the morning because it was like 4 in the morning. I asked him about it, if I can borrow his RAM. He said, yeah, you can borrow it. I was like, okay, cool. So we put the RAM and it wouldn't boot up for a second, then it ended up booting up. So I was like, okay, it's the RAM. It's gotta be the RAM. But he only did the one slot. I was like, let me check the other slots with the RAM, and I don't believe it worked. My other pieces of RAM didn't work with it either, so it was a bit confusing. As I was building the computer, as I was putting the chip in, I noticed that 2 of the pins for the CPU looked bent. I was like, shit, that might be the problem. But just to make sure, I know that Microcenter does repairs, so I took my computer back to Microcenter, and I was like, yo, I need you guys to do a diagnosis to see what the problem is. I ended up paying $40 to have them start the diagnosis test, and I was like, okay, that's fine, as long as they get it done. They said 24 to 48 hours. I was like, cool, I'll call back in 4 days, see if they have it. They said that they should text me. They didn't text or call me, so eventually I had to call. So I got all the computer parts Sunday. I eventually dropped it off Tuesday because I had to work. Thursday rolls around. I didn't get a answer. I called them. I'm like, yo, where's my computer at? You guys said 24 to 48 hours. And the person goes, oh, our technician hasn't looked at it yet. I'm like, okay, kind of weird, but all right. That's fine. Maybe they're just busy. I called the next day. Same answer. Oh, our technician hasn't worked on it. I said, I called Tuesday. You guys still haven't gotten to my computer yet? And the person was like, I'll assign it to the next available technician. Which you think that's what they would do in the first place. Did you get this computer done? Yeah, I did. All right, you start on this one then, since you're not doing anything. It's just a diagnosis. It's not like I'm asking you to replace shit already. We're going to the mall down there as well, so we were in the area. So I called again while I was there. I believe this was Saturday. Like, yo, did you guys get my computer done? They said, no, we still haven't gotten to it. So I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm just gonna come pick it up because clearly you guys don't care too much about doing this computer. And then she was like, all right, I'll let the technician know. So after we got done with the mall, we went over there to Microcenter. I was like, yo, here to come pick up my computer. They're like, all right, that's cool. Can you give us the name and stuff? So I gave them all the information. They were looking for it, and they looked for quite a while. And I kept seeing them like walk around, like look, and I was like, maybe they can't find it. But I knew what the computer looked like. So when they were walking around, I was like, are you guys just looking for it? They're like, yeah, we can't find it. So I pointed out, that looks like it might be it. They brought it back over to me and they said, yeah, we had the wrong information on the computer. That's why we haven't gotten to it. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So I could have had this computer done by now. You're telling me it's because you guys put the fucking wrong name on it? I think it was like the wrong information and shit. So I'm just over here thinking, what about the other person that has that person's information on it? What are you guys gonna do with that? He was like, do you still want it? I was like, yes, I still want it. So I grabbed it. They refunded me my $40, which is good because they didn't even start on it, and that's what they said too. I put the computer back in the truck. I went back inside to get a new motherboard because I assumed it was a motherboard. I don't see why it wouldn't be. It was either the motherboard or RAM. I assumed it was the motherboard because of those 2 pins that looked like they were bent because they were shining more than the others. So eventually I came back home, disassembled my computer. I put it all together. I booted up and it works great. At least I know what the problem is. It's the motherboard. So I had to wait a few days before I went back to Microcenter because I really just didn't want to go down there alone. Oh, trick shot me. Okay. The alley movement, man. Everybody's just diving and sliding left and right. I eventually brought my friends who I knew worked first shift, and I didn't work Wednesdays because I'm still a part-time temp, getting close to full-time. I returned the motherboard. I got my money back for that, and it was annoying. It was pretty much 8 hours of driving because I went there 4 times, an hour and back, which is 2 hours in total. So wasted so much gas. But the computer works now. Definitely runs better, I think. I'm also not overclocking. I didn't have any overclocking issues, but I definitely won't now. Pretty much that was my Microcenter experience. Probably not gonna go back there for a long time. Pretty cool. It's a cool place, but I live too far to even go there. Unless I want something like ASAP, like something new comes out or something. So I don't see the point. Oh shit, my aim. The person I talked to on the phone when I called Tuesday and Thursday was the same guy though. So I was like, yo, it's me again. Calling about that computer. Where's it at? What's the information? What you got? Yeah, no, it was a good time going down there with the boys and shit, but it was no point to go down there so many times. Still haven't like used the main reason though why I got the computer yet. I mean, I kind of used it. I just haven't made a video about it. You know, I got it. It's good. I love it. It looks beautiful and I'm happy with it. That's all that matters.